explorers, welcome back to our final episode all about our most famous residents, our sloths and our capybaras. Come learn about some of our amazing animals we have here at the preserve.
So we have Penelope coming to join us. I've got some of her favorite food, a nice big piece of corn on the cob. You gonna eat this? And these guys are the largest rodents in the world. Can we show off those rodent teeth? Eat those corn? Oh yeah. Big old rodent teeth there. There you go. And she's gonna take the whole piece of corn. So capybaras are native to Central and South America. And they love to swim, so they're actually considered to be a semi-aquatic rodent. So I feel like Penelope might have been swimming already. Her fur is looking pretty sleek. When it's dry, it's really coarse. It almost is like hay or pig's fur. And they also have webbed feet, so they are definitely built for swimming. They can even hold their breath for about 5 minutes or so. And you might even notice, yeah, check out those feet. It's like duck's feet. And you might even notice on her face, her nose, her eyes, and her ears are kind of all in one line there. So they can completely stay submerged, and just that part of their head will be above water. So they can breathe, see, and hear really well. And when she goes underneath the water, her ears will flap over like that, and it kind of closes her ear in so she doesn't get a bunch of water in her ear cavity. So Penelope, she is working on that piece of corn there with those big old rodent teeth. And capybaras are very social animals. You might hear some noises that she's making. They like to talk and communicate a lot with one another. And PJ, her buddy back there, is her boyfriend, so they love hanging out together. They spend a lot of time sleeping together or playing in the water together, so they're very, very social animals. Most rodent species are. So in the wild, it's great to see them. You see them in big groups, 10, 20, sometimes up to 100 capybaras all hanging out together. So we thought it was really important for PJ and Penelope to have one another, to have that social aspect, and to give each other lots of company and attention for one another. Now Penelope, we spend a lot of time with. We have a really great relationship built with her, as you can tell. She has a really sweet disposition. And with capybaras, they're actually very tactile. They enjoy to get pet, which is a very unique feature for most exotic animals. She's gonna make herself nice and comfy here. So she loves getting back scratches and belly rubs. And she is one that's really cool. We can bring our guests in to meet her, and she just loves the attention. So that alone is really reinforcing for Penelope. She loves getting scratched on and getting extra treats there. I don't know if you see, she's doing a number to that corn on the cob right now. That is nothing for her teeth to go through. Okay, Penelope. And in South America, these guys, like I said, they are all over the place. They're doing very well. Being rodents, they reproduce often and quickly. Hi, PJ. You want to come join us? Is PJ going to come finally realize Penelope's got something good? Look, I'll give you some corn on the cob there too, buddy. He's like, oh, you got some snacks for me. So again, we do all positive reinforcement. We love to, give them a nice reinforcer for coming over and hanging out with us, making sure it's worth their time as well. Hi, PJ. And as PJ approaches, you might notice he's got a big bump on the top of his face. So he is a male capybara. The males like to use that big bump on top of their face as a scent gland. So he likes to scent mark all over. That is another really... That parrot's screaming behind us here. So that scent gland that PJ has is a great form of communication as well. So capybaras spend a lot of time scent marking with one another to kind of let each other know, hey, I'm here. He likes to show off to Penelope that he's a good smelling guy, and literally will take his nose and mark all over everything. So a lot of people ask, what's wrong with his face? But that is supposed to be there. The males have that big scent gland right on top of their face. So PJ and Penelope have been amazing parents for us here in the past. They just had 3 babies about 4 months ago, and rodents, they grow really quickly. So at 3 weeks old, they're weaned and on their own. PJ and Penelope both co-parent, so PJ is a fantastic dad. The kids actually would play all over him so Penelope could rest in between nursing them. But yeah, only a day old, they were running all around here. By 3 days old, they were eating solid foods, just like PJ and Penelope are eating here. And yeah, by 3 weeks old, they were completely weaned. We weren't seeing any nursing at all. And it's really awesome to have them be able to have that family. But in the wild, they kind of go on their own pretty quickly. So we have facilities lined up, ready to take capybaras in. They're a really awesome exhibit animal. They're very active, really fun to watch them go swimming. So it's really awesome to have zoos wanting capybaras. We know they're going to all go to great homes. And then it's great that PJ and Penelope can have a little family and teach our guests all about, rodent life and the behaviors that you'll see in the wild. And in fact, they're all over the place in South America because they do breed so prolifically, being rodents, that you'll see them kind of in all different areas all over Central and South America. And in fact, culturally, they will even hunt and eat capybaras. It's kind of like us eating deer or pigs here. So they are a good part of the ecosystem. Culturally, it's a very important part of the culture in Central and South America. So kind of interesting facts and interesting to learn about different cultures that different countries have.
So we are in with Luke and Lily, our two-toed sloths from Central and South America. There are 6 different species of sloth in the world. One of them is the pygmy three-toed sloth that's critically endangered, that only lives on one little island in South America. These are two-toed sloth. There's 2 different types of two-toed sloth. There's the Linnaeus and the Hoffman. These guys are Linnaeus two-toed sloths, and their numbers are doing really fine in the wild. Unfortunately, in the rainforest, there are several factors that go into sloths and all animals that come from the rainforest, and numbers being depleted in the wild. And unfortunately, a lot of it has to do with loss of habitat and encroachment by man. These guys are actually climbing on wires that are hot. So people are building roads through the rainforest. Lily is on top of the camera right now. It's the funniest thing. They're building roads and roadways through the rainforest, and when you build roads and roadways, you cut down trees, you actually cut down, the rainforest gets split and divided into sections, and there's really no good way for animals to cross the roads. And unfortunately, the only way for them to get across the roads is actually by power lines. And these animals are being brought into the rescues and the rehabs in Central South America. Number one reason is actually due to electrocution. They're getting electrocuted by power lines. So it's really important. A lot of research has gone on to make animal crossing bridges that primates and sloths and animals can use to get from one side of the road to the other safely in the rainforest. Now, these guys are crepuscular. They are most active at dawn and dusk. That's when their predators are least active. Their predators in the wild will be harpy eagles, jaguars, even anacondas. Most of their predators are going to actually walk right by them and not even know that they're there. Sloths sleep about 15 hours of the day. And because it's so wet and raining in the rainforest, they actually have a coat, their fur has little grooves in it, and moss and algae and insects are actually living on them. Their back is an entire ecosystem into itself. So they have amazing camouflage, and they're so still that animals will walk right over them. They come down from the treetops about once a month to go to the bathroom. They're called folivores, and that means they eat a lot of foliage, which is plants, and they will eat flowers and buds and fruits and vegetables, but for the most part, they're only eating the green leafy greens called foliage. Now, these guys have an amazing adaptation to be able to slow down their entire body rate. They have one of the higher temperatures and one of the slowest metabolisms of all mammal species. They can go so slow that they can almost put themselves into a tectonic sleep where they're not really that active and they're not burning any calories or wasting any energy. So here at Amazing Animals, during our sloth encounters, our sloths are trained. When people come into the exhibit, they wake up and they usually know they're going to get a little bit of yummy snacks if they come out and hang out on these perches. We practice choice and control. The animals have a choice to participate with us, and they have the control of their environment, whether they come out and wake up or they stay sleeping. They know at the end of the day, they're going to get all of their food no matter what choice they make, and they have control of when they participate, when they don't participate, how they participate, how long they want to participate. So we really love leaving it up to them to choose to participate during our encounters. Thank you guys so much for watching all of our vlogs. It has been an amazing summer. We hope you learned a lot, and we hope you enjoyed our most famous residents, the sloths and the capybaras.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us all summer long. We hope you had fun. Hopefully you learned a little bit. And yeah, we love the sloths and capybaras and all the animals that call us home.
Yeah, do what you can for wildlife. There's a ton of animals out there in the world. There's a ton that we're still learning. We love animals. We love conservation. We love education. We hope we've inspired you to make a difference and to go out there and do something amazing in your everyday lives.